Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me down below, because then we got 50% of this little show going. First of all, tell me, how are you lovely, lovely, sexy looking Polkadot people doing today? Oh, yeah. Huh? I know I'm always a little bit late, right? If I'm not late, it wouldn't be me. But it is because I try to set things up. I try to really make it worth your while. So I'm just going to wait a minute or two until we will start. And I don't even know. It's a Polkadot day today, right? We're going to be talking about those lovely dots, and we're going to try to connect a few. Having said that, you know, we are going to spend 2 or 3 minutes on what's going on in the world, because I also need to keep myself up to date. And remember, what's going on, you know, I got to say, I mean, we need to make memes or gifs for not only for Biden, but also for Nancy Pelosi and what's her name? You know, the vice president, Miss Harrison. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're a bunch of idiots, huh? But, you know, they are the ones that have been democratically elected. And God bless democracy. Anyway, guys, okay, it sounds good. Well, that is great to hear. Then let's get started. And remember, this is only for the sexy looking people. But I think it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world and the Polkadot world, then please hit like, smash subscribe, so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can, this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Arachi, and I am, until now, #1.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's young, he's handsome, he's a prophet, he's a poet. They know it. I must be the greatest. I told the world.
First things first, right? So let's see, you know, when we don't see each other every day, it makes this a little bit more entertaining. Let's see, so we're looking at the level of market manipulation. We're seeing Bitcoin at 23,300, up 1%. We're seeing Ethereum 1,600, up 0.3%. And we're seeing Cardano around 51. I have the feeling really it's not really changing. But up 2% and 5% to DOT. But then again, I mean, we keep saying DOT, but I always have, has it really moved a lot here? Just let's look here at the 4-hourly down here. Well, yeah, a little, but you know, not a lot. Around the 7, 8, and 8, yeah, that's why. Anyway, why am I always saying that we're looking at the level of market manipulation? It is important because also, if you follow us in the Telegram group, sometimes when I do sell some coins or buy some coins, I make a screenshot in order to show you how little volume there really is. And that's why I keep calling this market manipulation, because I mean, today we are looking, are they looking like soul brothers here? As always, right? Now I messed it up a little bit here with the Polkadot, but we can see they always move very similar. And yeah, that's just how this is with this market. But looking at Bitcoin, and you know, I like to look at the weekly with the 7-day moving average, because until now we have been proven right with this. What we are seeing here is that this week really has a lot lower volume, right? I know, you know, the week is not over. But are we really going to see the same amount of massive volume as we have seen here the 2 weeks before? I don't know. I don't think so. But nevertheless, we are above the 7-day moving average. Yeah, you know, I'm not a specialist in this technical analysis. I don't know. I still believe that we need another leg down. That's what it just makes sense to me if we're going to do that. But here we go, and let's look at Ethereum. And we can see it's done better, right? It has done better, but still also, I know this is so simplistic, but you know, sometimes keeping it simple, and when it proves us right, and why stress out, right? We are above the 7-day moving average. I do think, and that's also also something that, you know, over at Traders Reality, I like to listen to Tino when it comes to looking at the charts. Also, you know, he's also indicating that Ethereum actually tends to move quicker and be more dominant than Bitcoin. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. I still believe as long as we are above, it's great, but I would watch out. And here also with Ethereum, we are seeing exactly the same, much lower volume. I want to go in and say hello to you sexy looking people. And that was just gonna take me 1 second. So let me know how you're doing here after my wonderful, great introduction to technical analysis. But don't you wait. I think I got great news when it comes to Polkadot. Maybe you know it, but if you don't, you will love me. How are you doing? Abi Sharif, Chaka Coin. My queen is here. Lots of love. Where's Nina? Where's Cherry? and where's Betty? But you know what? Lots of love to all of you. And you know, I am so happy that you are here. Not only am I happy I'm here, I really cherish all your comments in the Telegram group. And I do want to, after we finish with the Polkadot update, I do want to go through a few comments from our Telegram group, because I really think that we are having a healthy, a wealthy, a good conversation, dialogue about and sharing information about what's going on. And it is, you know, I don't like when people say history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. But it certainly does. And we have some great, going back in history sometimes is good. And we've done that a little bit in the Telegram group. So let me see. Dennis is here. Dennis Van Ryn, how are you? Malik, dot just moving sideways. Yes, Malik, you're right. Dot is moving sideways. But only in terms of price. What's going on underlying? We're going to look at that today also a lot. I mean, let me put it like this. You see, sometimes the price of a specific coin, doesn't really illustrate what's going on down below. And when I talk about down below, we're talking about what's being developed. How many new projects, how many new parachains, how many new developers. See, that is really important to look at. Not just only at the price and not only at the market cap, because that's that can be manipulated, as you know. We need to look at the real facts. How are you, Steve Ratio? I love you, brother. You're number one. Lots of love to all of you. But of course, most love. And that just goes like this. Is to my soul brother, of course, Shahid Amit, but also Matt, aka Jeremy Matt. So you guys maybe don't know him, but he's been helping me a lot, and I really lots of love, and I gotta say thank you so much. And I never knew that starting this little channel could bring me friends and good people. Sharing is caring. So who else is here before we go on? We got Paul. Optimism is flying. Yes, it is. It is. Optimism is flying, and it's great. And I hope, did you get yourself a few? They had a recent airdrop. I think Optimism and the layer 2 solutions, there will be a lot of that, but that's not for today. Today we need to talk about the Web 3.0, but Optimism, it's really taking off. What else do we have here? Gala, coin halving. I got some Gala. I got myself some landing Gala. Anyway, let's start interoperability. That is what it is all about. 2 minutes before we move on to Polkadot, let's just go and have a quick look at what's really going on in the world, right? Because there's a lot of things going on. We will do it quickly. Just scroll over CNBC and see what's going on. So, shipping firm Maersk. I'm actually from Denmark, and Maersk is actually our pride company from Denmark. But what are they saying? They're saying it's a shipping company. A barometer for global trade warns of weak demand and warehouses filling up. Okay. I think this is really what we all should need to be talking about. We're not going to talk about that so much because everyone is talking about it. But Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi, she went to Taiwan. Now we gotta look at it at two different things. Did she really I mean, when you hear her talk, does she really have something to add? Add to anything? Does she really come across as a competent individual that people would negotiate with? That people would believe that she even knows or believes what she's talking about? But nevertheless, it's stirring up a lot of problems, a lot of tensions, and we need to see where this is going. And you need to take this into consideration, because we're not going to go into all what happened here. Sexy looking Nancy. Sexy looking Nancy.
Kissy, kissy.
The reason why, and that's the only news we're going to point out today, the reason why I'm talking about this is because it bears a slight similarity to what was happening or is happening in Ukraine, right? Prior to, also to the outbreak here in Ukraine, I think Kamala Harris, right? She was also saying and stating, yes, we support Ukraine as a part of NATO. And today Nancy Pelosi went over and said, yes, democracy against autocracy. That's what we support. That's what we believe in. It looks to me, let's be honest for a second, right? It looks to me a little bit like they're sending incompetent leaders over there to provoke the other party, and in this sense it was once Russia and China, right? It's almost like they're doing it on purpose, right? Yes, of course Ukraine can be a part of NATO. Yes, of course we support democracy. Why do they need to do that? Don't we have enough tensions in at the moment? I'm just pointing this out. I do like geopolitics, but I'm also saying it can ultimately have an impact on where the prices are going. And this is this, as I like to call it, force majeure, where we don't really know what can happen. Is the third? I don't think third world wars. I hope not. But these are the things that can impact prices. And then it doesn't matter what the fundamentals of a certain financial project looks like. So, but let's get into the first piece of news, what we are seeing with Polkadot. Just quickly, we need to go in and look at, well, this is Dogecoin Polkadot, now supported by Japan's Bitbank. So that's great news, right? I mean, I do not like to put Dogecoin and Polkadot next to each other. Dogecoin might have, fun-wise, a lot of potential, but you cannot compare that with Polkadot. Anyway, so Japanese cryptocurrency exchange Bitbank has added support for Dogecoin and Polkadot. Great news, great news. Furthermore, within the ecosystem is that Alchemy are integrating aStar network to support Web3 developers in the Polkadot ecosystem. This also came out today. So the dApp staking feature will encourage developers to build on the chain to earn rewards in its native token. And there's a nice looking fellow too. So Web3 developer platform Alchemy will now support aStar network. And aStar, as we also probably know, right, with its cousin Shiden, I think they won, the third or the fourth parachain, both on Kusama and on Polkadot. And they are doing, also not really spoken a lot about, but they are really pushing and contributing to the growth of the Web3. So what is he saying? They will support aStar network, a parachain of the Polkadot network. And the integration is intended to allow developers to build Web3 projects on the aStar network through Alchemy's application programming interface. So it basically allows developers to interact with the Polkadot ecosystem, but building on the Ethereum Virtual Machine. You should look more about that. When it comes, I also have to say, when it really comes into the technical side of things, I'm not the strongest. There you got to find somebody else, right? But what they're really saying here is developers will be able to partake in decentralized application staking, a feature native to aStar. This allows users to vote on their favorite aStar dApps with its native token. So you gotta look more into this. For those of you who doesn't understand it too, I always say not Polkadot, the whole blockchain thing, it can be sometimes a little bit technical. And if you don't understand that, which sometimes I also have a difficulty, then you really have to educate yourself. I will, however, I believe in these. There are other features that will show us why these certain projects on Polkadot are going to expand, and where we don't necessarily need to understand the real technical aspect of it. And that's where we're going to go. That's what I want to share with you today. So then let's go and have one more piece of news. CBDC regulation. Oof. Well, yesterday the European Central Bank, they were trying to identify the ultimate cross-border payment medium. And as they did that, basically all they came out and said Bitcoin is not for them. And they did some tests, but obviously we don't want to hear what they don't want to use. We want to know what are they ultimately going to use. But it just goes to show again, it's only a matter of time until we're going to see the launch of the global CBDC. And trust me, Web 3.0 is also going to play a part of that. Okay, so let's go. Polkadot is live. Well, we know that, right? So the Web3 Foundation, which is basically the foundation deciding, or let's say the big boss or the behind the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem, they have passed 400 project grants on Polkadot. So since they launched in 2018, they have received, I think, more than 1,000 applications from projects looking to build in the Polkadot ecosystem, and they have approved roughly 40% of those. Then there is also, and I wanna share this in the chat after. Messari, they have made a great report on what's going on with Polkadot. Now it is the second quarter, and you can quickly see here the key metrics, right? So we are seeing the market cap, we are seeing the user accounts, we are seeing the token transfers, token stake, parachain auctions, treasury funds, and the developer activity events. And obviously, the market cap, as we can see, that's gone down, right? That just goes with the overall, let's say, macro sentiment of the entire ecosystem. Wait, I just need... So that you cannot really, that's also when you say when you were pointing out that the price is going sideways, well, it is still holding up good. What I believe what you really have to look at is that the developer activity has remained very consistent with an average of 11,000 developer activity events per month. And this is where you can see down here. So the developer activity events, that means they keep building. I will get to the real goodies in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, very simple. It's so simple that it won't take a lot of time, but I will point out the 3 tokens, protocols that you ultimately really need to buy, because not only are they going to play a big part in Ethereum, in the future of finance, but certainly also in the Polkadot ecosystem. Just wait a second. Polkadot Parachain slot auctions. Now, there's roughly been 20 parachain slot auctions and 131 million dots. That's 11% of the total supply, worth 919 million. They have been bonded. However, what we see here, we can see that the first one was Acala, the second one was Moonbeam, and then it was a star. And then we can see how the interest really went down. Now you could argue, was it the interest, or was it why were there so much commitment to the first 2 and then it just dropped? Well, for that you can obviously go to parachains.info and you can look up which ones are, which parachain auctions are taking place both on Kusama or on Polkadot. Go here. You see, I can say from my point of view, the reason why I haven't been doing it too much is I feel that for the Polkadot auctions that you have to lock in your Polkadots for 2 years, and the rewards that we have, that I received, at least we all received from the first parachains, I didn't think it was so fantastic. And especially also when you compare it to Kusama, I actually felt right now that you can do better things with your dots and with your KSM tokens, for example, on Karura. But what if you go back and compare it to the current environment? Obviously now there's much less dots required in order to, and it also goes for Kusama, right? Required in order to win a parachain auctions. That means that more, it's still the same amount of rewards, but it will be split up over less, contributors. Now, I also looked at, let me know if you guys have actually also done that, because when I go in here, and you can go in and you can see the auctions. You can scroll down, you can see the Polkadot auctions, and then you can see how much they will reward you, right? You can see here 5% of the reward pool, 5%, here 22%. You have to then calculate how much it is and so on. Perhaps it will be very profitable. I don't know, you have to figure that out. I did it a lot last year and when it started, and I just feel now, currently, I can do better things. And if I feel like that, I'm sure a lot of you also feel like that, which could hopefully incentivize both Polkadot and Kusama or the parachain auction competitors to provide more rewards. Because right now I just really find it better to either to stake on Acala or Karura. But I love the ecosystem, so don't get me wrong, I just find that there's more opportunity there. Let me get now to what I really wanted to share with you, and then I also feel better. I just need to find him. There we go. I wanted to point out of those 20 winners, we can see that around the majority have been, they've won a parachain is DeFi. Only 3 smart contract platforms, and we got around 6 where it is infrastructure for the Web 3.0. Today I want to focus on which DeFi coins are going to be the ultimate winners. And I believe it's very simple who is going to be the ultimate winner. Go here, 1 second. I just want to read out who they are. You better have time and, patience, because I really suck at live streaming. Here we go. So 11 of them are DeFi chains, 3 are smart contract platforms, and 6 are Web3 infrastructure chains. Well, then I did get this right. Okay, are you ready? I believe that the top winners that you ultimately need to own, if you want to participate in profiting from the rise of the Web 3.0, Web 3 on Polkadot, is Curve, Aave, Compound, Uniswap, and Balancer. And that's all I got to say about that. Now, if that was a shock, let me know if anyone knows why I just mentioned them. I want to hear that in the chat. The 4 coins that I believe that we ultimately need to own, not financial advice, if we want to participate in the growth of Web 3.0 and Polkadot, is Compound, Curve, Aave, Uniswap, and Balancer. Let me know. Blockchain, I know, I'm lost. Okay, that's good. But I'm happy. When NoFace says he's lost, then I know I can contribute with something. Let's go and look at this. Equilibrium and Gentio equals Curve. Bridging Curve, automated market maker to Kusama and Polkadot. Link is below. Second, Acala and Karura equals Compound. Acala receives Compound grant to connect Compound chain and Polkadot via Acala. Third, which I guess you all know, Centrifuge and alt there equals Aave and Tinlake for that matter. Centrifuge, real world assets market, real world asset market on the Aave protocol. And finally, and but not least, Moonbeam and Moonriver, Uniswap and Balancer protocol. Let's just look at this here. And I will share this so you can, you can basically do your own research. And I'm curious to know if you knew this or you think, yeah, okay, that's not really valuable information. You see, you can see here, Uniswap will be deployed on Moonbeam for Polkadot, for example, right? Or let's take another one. I mean, we can go through it, announce it, but I guess you understand that it's also a real honor that Uniswap, that from my point of view is the ultimate automated market maker, decentralized for the entire future of, let's call it decentralized finance or finance on the blockchain. So another one, just not on top of it that much. For example, here we can go and look at for example, Moonbeam and Balancer. Also, copy. And here you go, Balancer, programmable liquidity is coming to Moonbeam and Polkadot. And on and on and on and on. Guys, that's actually all I wanted again to share with you when it comes to the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. I don't like to spend, time is money, and we got a lot of things to chit chat. So, that was kind of like the news regarding the Polkadot and the Kusama ecosystem. I want to know what you think about it, because it took me a long time to understand that actually some of the main big DeFi names on Ethereum that we know today are actually also going to be the same players within the Polkadot ecosystem. That is why I've also in the past 4 to 5 months or 6 months really been advocating you need to concentrate on the big DeFi names, right? Because I think they are going to play an ultimate role. That's it. That's it from me today, guys. I hope it was okay. Yeah, that's all I got to say. So stay strong and stay on top of what's going on, both in the geopolitical space and what is also going on in the crypto space. We are living in the most strange, exciting times, you could say. I also think they are fearful times. If we could cut out the geopolitical aspect of things, I think that it would be a lot easier, both to time the market and know when things are going to come right. But what do you see for the upsides of those mentions? The upside, the upside is obviously that that means that the Polkadot ecosystem is going to, you see, what is the web? Well, we all know what is the Web 3.0. It is the infrastructure that is being built in order for traditional enterprises, traditional industries being able to migrate onto the blockchain. Right, that's what we really need. Now, even if we look beyond the CBDC, because also you got to ask yourself, why are we actually so euphoric about the blockchain, right? Is it just because we can send each other Bitcoins in a split second and evade taxes? No, that's not what it was built for, right? And I also think that, of course, privacy is important, and of course, evading taxes can be important, but that's not what one should I truly believe if you live in a country, we gotta abide by those rules, and paying taxes is a part of those rules because we choose where to live, and we have. So I don't think that the blockchain was built in order to evade taxes. I think that the blockchain was built for a higher purpose, right? And I think that we are seeing this infrastructure being provided and built. So why do I think that these 4 coins are going to play a dominant role? It is more or less because I wouldn't say, I don't know if you know what a white labeling is, but a white labeling is basically just a front cover of, selling it. Like, for example, we got Coca-Cola, right? So let's say we would get a distribution agreement with Coca-Cola, and we would sell Coca-Cola, but we would put a different brand, a different sticker on the bottle, right? And call it #1 Cola. And let's say I would get the distribution agreement for Ukraine, right? So Coca-Cola somewhere would, say, hey, we got a distribution now worked out for Ukraine. And if somebody would come to Ukraine, they would say, no, there's no Coca-Cola. There's only N1 Cola. But that's not really true, right? Because N1 is just a sticker, but I'm actually buying it from Coca-Cola. Now, if you think about that from a financial aspect and you go deeper into how that impacts the monetary system and how these DeFi coins that I have mentioned today, I've mentioned many times, again, Maker, Aave, Compound, Curve. I like synthetics, even though synthetics is not mentioned here really. Uniswap, I think they will be the dominant. We have to slowly move on because I think I've spent a lot of time talking about these DeFi coins. We need to move on to which are the utility opportunities, such as insurance, such as NFT. Like, I really like Chili's. By the way, Chili's, did you see that Chili's, they invested 100 million into Barcelona in order to build out their NFT platform. Lots of things going on. So we need to move on to there. Anyway, guys, and a little crazy of this band right now. I have anxiety issues. It makes crypto. Chocacoin, you are so right. You are, yes. And I gotta say also, Chaotic Rage, he knows his shit when it comes to geopolitics. Oh, I cannot. I cannot agree with all of you. I mean, Ron Jeremy also, life would be a lot easier if there was not so many idiots in position of power. It's amazing that we all claim or being told that we are living somewhere where democracy is a part of. I don't, because, and I don't think that we would democratically elect those idiots. That's the first thing. And I also think it's the blockchain and the CBDCs, it is to kill the banks, and the banks will ultimately die out. And that's also, you got to follow the direction, right? If we follow the direction, if you go back to the start of the 1900, right? Even prior to the 1929 crisis from 1907, if there's one direction we have seen, that is that banks, commercial banks, local savings banks, they all disappear. Less. And now the last banks are going to disappear, and that's why we need this transition onto the blockchain. So they will kill the bank. I agree with that. I'm trying, and Chocacoin, I have anxiety. It makes crypto look boring. Anxiety is not a good thing to have, and I know what you're talking about, but we need to look for opportunity. That's also why I do believe that the programmable money is not the solution a free world would have chosen, but here we are to identify the opportunity. Because one thing I can tell you, one thing I can guarantee you, life in the current form as it is, with the lockdowns, with them ugly cronies and all of that, and now we're gonna have a few monkeys too, life does make a lot more fun when you got some coins in the right pocket, in the left pocket, and in the back pocket. Trust me. And that's where I will take you. I will take you if you follow, because we will become among the 1%. Now we're going to make a difference on the political stage. I don't know, but we're going to have some coins in our pockets. I love you. And you know what? Don't quit.
When you feel like quitting, remember all of those who said you'd fail. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. When you feel like quitting, remember what you're doing it all for. When you feel like quitting, remember pain is temporary and greatness lasts forever.
When you feel like quitting, remember that the pain you feel today will be replaced with the strength you need tomorrow. Remember that every ounce of pain you feel is building a stronger you, a stronger body, a stronger mind, and a stronger character. So push through the pain. Don't let it stop you. Force it to grow you.
Don't back down from the pain. Face it. Feel no pain. There is no pain. That painful last rep. That's nothing. Give me more. Push harder.
Too tired, too hard, too busy, too early, too stressed. No excuses. Too tired, no excuses. Too hard, no excuses. Too busy, no excuses. Too early, no excuses. Too stressed, no excuses. When I feel like quitting, I remember there's too many people I need to prove wrong. When I feel like quitting, I remember I have too much to fight for. I will not quit.
Sleep-ins, they're for grandmas. I'm up, I'm ready to go. Quitting, that's for those who have no heart. I do not quit. Your greatest physique, your greatest health, your greatest strength, it doesn't come with average effort. If you want average results, keep showing up and giving average effort. If you want to be at your best, you will have to give your best effort. Make an oath to yourself that you will not walk out of any training session, any game, anything without giving 110% of your soul. Whatever you think is your limit, push past it. Whatever you think is your max, see if you can get 10% more out. Results don't lie. It all comes down to one simple question. How bad do you want it? And when you feel like quitting, give me 10 more.
Nothing great is going to come if you quit. I know it's hard. I know you are tired. I know it seems impossible, but you must keep going. Stick it out and get your reward.
When you feel like quitting, remember all of those who said you'd fail. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. When you feel like quitting, remember what you're doing it all for.